I'm in China, and I'm up against probably the toughest opponent that I've faced so far.
Hey, Dan.
Wow, how lovely to see you.
And you.
Oh,
Mate, I'm just stoked you're here. I haven't seen you in ages.
I know, it's been, what, 7 years?
Yeah. Will Lord is the leading primitive skills expert in the UK. 7 years ago, I employed Will to teach me basic survival skills. He taught me how to make a bow and arrow. He taught me how to knap stone into a cutting tool. Our relationship in the past has been very much one of teacher and student. Teddy is probably China's leading survival expert, and he knows this beautiful country like the back of his hand. Teddy will both be designing these courses and also monitoring my progress throughout. And if anything goes wrong, it will be Teddy that's leading the team to get me out.
Yep. The route is actually about 50 kilometers.
Straight line,
Yeah.
50 kilometers.
But in reality, I think you will travel days and days.
Right.
他们将深入由东向西的危险悬崖，那里就是开始的地方。然后要向南走，并且找到一个被称之为龙崖的石灰石碎片迷宫。接下来，他们将进入亚洲最大的竹林之一，最终他们会到达一个巨大的天坑。
And on your way, you will see a lot of challenges because it's a raining season.
Yeah.
So will be flash flood. There will be massive caves underneath mountains.
Is it possible to actually go down into the caves and pop up on the other side?
Yeah, you can go down to the cave, but the longest one can be miles and miles.
The landscape is worrying me. Navigation is going to be very, very difficult. It's under the canopy. Most of this area is forested, but it's incredibly steep forest, and so orientation, just literally knowing which way is north and which way is south, is going to be extraordinarily difficult. I am up for the challenge. If we're going to do this, let's set the bar high. No knife.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe there's not a rock in there that we can't nap and make a basic tool from. So I hope you remember what I taught you all that time ago, right? You know?
It's good, Will. I'm glad you're confident, mate.
Good luck to you. I'm going to take you to the infield point.
Okay.
Okay?
Whether Will fully understands that I'm not the naive person that I was when I trained under him, I don't know. But I do have an element of confidence that over those years I have gained a lot of experience.
All right, this is it. This is the gorge. And the first man who reached the bottom of the sinkhole is the first man out. Good luck to you guys. 加油. Okay? Ready? Go!
It's cold. It's super slippy. The water's moving really fast. It's getting a bit tricky around here.
Every rock is covered in moss, slippy as an ice rink. I'm just wondering whether I can get up that gully up there. It's a gamble, but I'm going to take the risk.
That looks like a seriously bad choice, Mr. Stafford. All the best with that. That's just completely insane.
The rocks are slippy on either side, but potentially, if I can, problem, but it's so wet. This does not look very good, actually. This feels fucking sketchy.
I'm going to follow the river until I can see something much more obvious. That was a desperate attempt. I don't want to be the first man out in 10 minutes, so I've got to look after myself. See, things are flattening out. In fact, this is fantastic. I definitely made the right move. Just have a look back in a little while, you'll see Ed's face. Thanks for the challenge, Ed.
I can't get back down. Slow it down now. Slow it down, Stafford. This is a long game. This is about not getting injured. Looks like I'm getting close. I am pretty much at the top now. Nice one. You can see the river is way down below me now. That worked. I'm up and out of the river valley, which means I'm now heading south. And Will Lord is heading west.
When you're in an environment like this, you've got to learn how to move, just like a goat. A goat would be comfortable in here. Becoming agile is really important. I'm going to pin together successes, built out of good decision-making. And that's why I'm going to beat Ed Stafford. First cave, all I can see is a downward slope, but I'm climbing in there, and I'll explore the situation and see what's laying beyond. I'm above you! Oh my God. Now there's an impossible situation for you. Every part of me is now saying no. That's just stupid, you know? And I'm certainly not going up there, but we have got to get up there. So I guess we're going across there. This is an adventure. This is the way to come through.
德爷跟 Will 他们两个人的整个战略是不一样的，因为从跟踪器上看的话，德爷往南前行，是个更近但是有挑战的路线，他必须穿越100米高的危险悬崖。但是 Will 他就可能会相对的比较稳健一点，保守一点，他沿着河向西前行，这是更长但是风险相对较小的路线。
I've got this challenge!
对于 Will 这样的专家，他绝对可以在这种环境下找到可用的资源。
Yes! Come on! See, things are flattening out. What I'm starting to do now is I'm starting to look for stones because I'd really like to make myself a knife. What I'm looking for is a rock that actually doesn't have all these little strata lines running through it. Because when you hit it, all it does is it makes one plate fall off of another plate and nothing holds itself together. The art of breaking rocks like this pretty much died out 4,000 years ago. Actually feels quite like flint. Because it's smooth, it's going to break and it's going to have sharp edges. I think we found our dagger. Yes, yes, yes! So a knife is going to be able to help me to cut through the bamboo, slice up meat. A knife is so important. This is one of the skills that Ed came to me to learn how to do. Yeah, we've got a point and we've got fairly straight and fairly sharp edges coming on here, but that's my knife. I'm very happy with this. Later on, we'll fix a handle onto that. So with that, I'm going to move on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, I think I've seen something. Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Oh, got it! Whoa, got a frog. I always think that when you take life, you should take it with respect. You just let a final life force go. He tastes pretty good. Bit chewy, but you'd expect that if you're not cooking him. I need this energy. Okay, now I'm good to go. Right. Okay, so what I'm looking at here appear to be like red currants. That is the finest thing I've tasted all day. Just is far more than I can eat, so I'm just going to take an abundance. I can dry these out in the sun, I can puree them, make some kind of bushcraft jam. I know nature can be cruel, but it can also be very kind.
There's rain now pouring down off the rock. This is going to present a massive problem for me. in terms of fire lighting, in terms of hypothermia. I'm already starting to feel cold.
比赛现在才刚刚开始，但是已经环境全部都变成这样子了，下雨下得非常非常的大，所以在这种情况下的话，我觉得德爷跟 Will 他们两个人都会遇到一个非常严峻的问题，可能就是失温。
Looks like I'm coming through into an area. That's the first bit of view that I've had. And look where I've got to go. Right up and over that again. So south is that direction, which is just another wall of rock. Am I being stupid about something here?
目前从跟踪器上看的话，德爷已经到达了100米高的石灰石悬崖。这些悬崖非常湿滑，虽然这是一条捷径，但却要承担很高的风险。
Just using the bamboo now as hand grips. This is so ridiculous now. My heart is beating fast. The earth in between is just mud now. I need to pick my way up this mountain. There has to be a better way of doing this than just going straight up one hillside and straight down the other. It looks like the entrance to a cave. And it is cold. That is ridiculous. That is so cold. I need to demonstrate this for the camera, how strong this wind is. See that? That is how strong the draft of air that's coming out of the cave is. If there's air flowing through it, that means there's an exit on the other side. That could potentially save me so much time and energy climbing over this massive mountain. But you can see how dark it is down there now. I'm going to need some form of light, which can only be a torch. But if I'm to make a torch, I've also got to get a fire going as well. I think this is an opportunity that makes me think it is worth staying here for the night, making myself a hasty shelter, and then tomorrow I can prepare myself properly and enter the cave, because that could be my winning ticket. I'm just gonna build a little hasty shelter. A very simple construction with a bit of an A-frame at the front and a longer pole behind. Clearly I've not got a cutting tool in order to make this shelter, so I've literally just got to either pull out dead wood from the bushes or snap off small saplings. Tomorrow is all about making fire and making torches that are durable enough to be able to last long enough to go through a cave like that. Tomorrow is going to be a very big day.
I cannot believe it! You sexy, sexy beast. Wow! I am home for the night. Some nice little bits of wood laying around as well. Ah, perfect. I've got to say, bamboo is amazing, isn't it? Nice bit of fire. The shell of the bamboo has got silica in it, and you can actually strike a spark off of it. I'm going to put a dry nest into here. And to get the nest, what I'm going to do is look around, everything's wet. So we're going to take it from the outside of the bamboo. This is going to become the tinder. That is as dry as a bone. This is where this knife is really paying off now. So what I have here is the saw, and then what I have here is the half board. Rub that backwards and forwards quite hard. I'm not going to give up, I'm just going to go again. Baby, we have fire. One of the things I did today was collect up a bunch of them red currants. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start roasting these, and then I can have caramelised red currants. Sugary red currant jam. That is absolutely superb. My hands picked them berries and my fire's roasting them. That currently makes me worthwhile. I spent my whole life being called a caveman, and you know what? Tonight I literally am the caveman. So the sun's up. I need to consolidate. This morning is about completing this little knife. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the resin as a glue now. What I've got here is some of the resin that I've been collecting as I've been travelling. You can get resin from many places in the wilderness, but on this occasion I've gone to the pine tree. When a pine has experienced any form of damage, what it does is it goes into its self-repair mechanism and it begins to bleed gluey, gloopy gunk, and that will seal the area up where it's been damaged. All that presses in nicely. I need cordage. I need to bind the handle onto that knife. Nettle makes really great cordage. Just by itself, it doesn't really have what I'm looking for. So we need to spin it. That locks it all together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bind them up tight. You made a stone tool today, Ed? I get a suspicion not. Last night I was dreaming of people that lived in caves. They used earth pigments and they left their mark on the walls. This is a rock that I found in the river and it's quite red. I'm going to paint my hand and put that on the wall. It's gone perfect. So with all that being done, I can get back into the race.
To
go through the cave, and I think that bamboo as the main shaft of the torch is probably the best option. If I haven't got a knife, I'm just going to try and smash it into the right shape. I don't want the whole thing to burn at once. I want it to work its way down, a little bit like a cigarette. If I sandwich layers of birch bark with lumps of resin, I think that's probably my best bet. My estimate is that they'll last about half an hour. And if I make 3 of them, that gives me an hour and a half. If this does work, this puts me in a really good position. This whole plan relies on the torches. I need to make fire. Because I don't have a knife, that is particularly tricky. And my hands, because it's been raining so much, my hands are damp. I've never actually lit a fire in such humid conditions. But luckily, the sun has just come out. All I need now is a hearthboard. As ever, easier said than done without a knife. Little butterfly. Okay. Bitten on my hands to make them nice and sticky. Come on. Breathe. Come on. Come on. This is about composure. No. This could be something to do with the humidity. It's 80+% humidity here, and getting a little pile of dust to reach the right temperature to ignite is that much harder. Come on. I think I've got it. I've got it. Happy days. If that cave have an exit on the other side of the mountain, that will massively accelerate me. That works really well. Got myself a torch.
My stomach's been rumbling for quite a while, I'll tell you. There might be a lunch going on in here. Things like widgery grubs are living in here. They're a great source of protein. Oh, look at that juicy little fella. There's got to be some protein in there, right? Every little bit helps, don't you think? It was a little bit like eating juicy bark.
I've got no idea what this cave might hold, so I'm taking torches and firewood to prepare for every eventuality.
Okay.
The airflow has reduced massively. The very tight tunnel has opened up into a massive chasm, and the ceiling is probably 20 foot above my head. This is eerie now. This is properly eerie.
我现在不太清楚德爷他发生了什么，
但是从这个 GPS 上面显示的话，它很明显的这个信号已经停留在那里了。它有可能或许是没有信号了，或者是进入了一个地下的通道等等。如果说德爷他现在进入了这个地下洞穴，他或许能够找到一个捷径，但是他可能一直在里面绕圈圈。
Okay, I've now got water in front of me. It's up to about shin level at the moment. I'm wet, and I'm getting colder by the second. I can feel breeze again. I can feel breeze coming. There could indeed be an exit, not very far ahead. I've had no option but to enter the water now. And it's getting much fiercer now. Oh, that's cold. That is properly cold. No, that's too cold. I'm too deep. Oh. No. I'm calling that one. I'm now wet up to my chest. I haven't got much more than half of the torches left, and the water is just getting too deep. And I am freezing. Properly cold now. That water is likely to be about 8-9 degrees Celsius, and I do risk going down with hypothermia. I've decided to stop and I'm going to use the firewood.
第二天已经要结束了，艾德还是没有能够有信号，我只能猜测他或许是在洞穴里。我开始有一点担心他的安全，如果持续没有信号的话，我们可能就要去寻找他了。
希望他没有受伤，因为如果在这里受伤的话，会是一个很严重的问题。我能找得到直升机最好，但是如果找不到直升机的话，就必须要用我们的整个安全团队用担架将他抬出去。希望他千万不要受伤。
I think it's probably better to have my skin. Oh, that was warmer already. That is so much warmer. If I can get these dry, I'm absolutely sorted. I have had to backtrack, but I'm going to take the positives out of this. I'm under no illusions that I need to up my speed now, but if I also know, well, he'll be spending a lot of time on intricate bushcraft. He'll get so involved in it that could be to my advantage as well. So this one didn't work, but the race is definitely not over yet.
God, I can really feel the tiredness in my legs. Well, here I am in my shelter. You have no idea how good that feels.
今天是第3天，艾德的信号他现在已经恢复了，
他还是原地没动，但是 Will 已经开始向龙牙的方向前进了，所以德爷在进度上其实已经比 Will 慢了整整1天。
I think this is what I've been looking for, the dragon's teeth.
龙牙的地形绝对是噩梦般的旅程，想要在龙牙里面找到方向，它是非常难的。如果说他们要穿越丛林，走下坡，之后还有一个100米的悬崖，那是非常危险的。他们需要找到高处，才能知道该往哪个方向走。
It closes off. It's things like that that are making me feel like I'm wasting time against Ed. But I've got totally lost. Feels a bit hopeless.
唯有人在迷宫中，他应该是迷路了。德爷继续前往南部，并到达了龙牙。
I can just see a vertical shaft of light in the distance, which means possibly there is a way through. This could be it. This looks like it leads all the way through. There's no way out.
I might be able to get some advantage by looking up a bit. Get some perspective on where I am. Because what I've got is I've got a valley and I've got 2 hilltops. So I should be able to navigate between them and go south. Now at least I know where I was headed. This is what I've been looking for. This is a breakthrough.
唯有他终于走出了喀斯特迷宫。现在唯有他处于一个领先的位置，但是德爷的话，他好像已经在这里迷路了。
There is light through here, but it's just a sheer drop, and there's no way down. Just trying to put myself in Will Lord's shoes. He was my teacher, and he does have a very calm nature. Keep it together, Staffs. Keep it together. What would Will Lord do? I think he'd try and get above it. I need to get a bird's eye view on it, don't I? I need to get up high. The rock is now really wet and slippery. One slip and it's a broken back. Let's just do this stuff. I'm up. Very nerve-wracking coming up here, but it was worth it because if I go straight down this re-entrant, I've still got limestone here, but if I can go around this re-entrant out that valley and south is in that direction, that's given me an exit strategy.
人们总是问我，每次探险值得吗？为什么这么义无反顾？其实我就只是想试试别人没有做过的，看看自己到底能够探索多少个自己能力的边界。那你呢？
I am out of the cast. I can run again, I can run again.
我有跟德爷2个人现在已经在外面待了整整3天，他们每天燃烧的卡路里超过3500。如果他们还没有找到食物，那就意味着要继续挨饿。想要保持体温的话，需要不停地移动，然而行动越多，消耗的也就越多。
Something in here worth stopping for. See this little red shoot in here? This is what's known as the magic potato. The Chinese use it for medicine, and it's also a food source. This is highly prized. I've got to try a little slice. I know you're supposed to cook this, but... Wow. That's like radish. Wow. There's a lot of flavours going on right there. I'm going to roast that. Definitely. That's the keeper.
I need protein. Fish would be ideal, actually. Fish and chips would be a good thing. I just saw a little ripple in the water, and so I know that there is fish in here, but I'm just thinking if I can get some ash leaves, then what I can do is crunch up the ash leaves, get the saponins out of them. That will then starve the fish of oxygen, and fingers crossed the fish that are in there, that are hiding in the little crevices, will just float to the surface, and I've got supper. I reduce the size of the pool as much as possible, and that will increase the concentration of saponins. Okay, all I'm going to do now, wet it, and then, oh, you can see the colour. This method is so simple that Chinese school children do it for fun. Come on. There's one. Ah! I've got one. Let's see if there's more. Let's leave that there. Ah. There's one. Yes. Yes. That's dead as well. 2 is a meal. It's a weird sort of bottom feeder, slightly catfish-esque. Because it's so small, there's no need to gut it at all. This is what I needed. Doesn't taste like sushi. It's a bite-sized protein snack. Ah, that was. Maybe I should have gutted it. That was definitely its excrement. That was the most disgusting thing that's made me happy ever. Now that I have these ash leaves and therefore this saponin, I'm just going to try one more thing. In the same way that saponins are good for starving fish of oxygen, I'm hoping that the toxins in the water will actually draw the earthworms to the surface. And there is indeed an earthworm. Look at that. Small, but perfectly formed. Ah, it's calories, isn't it? It is calories. There's another one. Ah! One more little earthworm. For the sake of 5 minutes and reusing these ash leaves, it's a little bit more food and a little bit more calories. And every little bit helps.
第3天已经结束了，我又已经开始走向竹林。竹子是生存里面最好的东西，它能够给你提供食物，可以给你建造庇护所，可以让你来制作陷阱等等等等。但是前提是你必须要有一个能够把它处理的工具，就比如说像一个刀具。艾德跟 Will 他们2个人是没有任何刀具的。当你有刀具的时候，你就可以很轻易的处理这些竹子，比如说像这样子。但是如果说没有的话，那就是一个大问题。我希望 Will 跟艾德他们能够在这种情况下找到办法来解决这些问题。
I've been thinking about shelter for the night. Looks like I'll be able to weave between the bamboo that's all round, create like a basket effect. Come on, round you come. I might put this on the market when I've finished. 1-bedroom home, $2,000. In the Bashan forest of China. Well, here we are. We've got bamboo floor, bamboo sides, bamboo roof. I have a structure.
It's funny Will Lord coming back into my life because I was a very, very different person 7, 8 years ago. I wasn't ready to become a dad, I wasn't ready to become a husband. Nowhere near. I was far more emotionally volatile, and Will was a very, very calming influence on me. Things have changed massively in the last few years, in a positive way for me. I genuinely do not think that I'm the same apprentice that Will Lord once knew. I feel like the balance has shifted to being more even. I feel like Will is a very respected peer. It's nice to feel like I've come on. It's nice to almost put a yardstick down and then look back 7 years later and think, he's not done badly, Staffs. At the end of the day, you've not done badly.
I've got barely any strength left, so I'm running on 0. I'm going to try and build a trap and try and get something to eat. What I'm making here is I'm making the bow that's actually going to operate the trap. That is going to be what sets the trap off. This is the power system. Now this little bit that's coming off here, and that's going to be the trigger. Because it is all about energy. If you haven't got the energy to do the job, then you've lost the race. So finally, I've finished it. It's called the decapitator trap. When something comes in and it tries to take the bait, the bottom sleeve slides and slams up, and as you can see, it's not coming out. So I'm just going to set the trap tonight. Let's see what's going on. This trap hasn't been activated. All that effort. It's pretty bad news because at the moment I'm freezing cold. I need some energy, you know, I need something to eat. And at the moment I just don't feel like I've got the power I'm going to be needing. I desperately need some energy.
I've entered a sea of bamboo. It's slowing me down massively.
德爷正在追赶，现在已经到达了竹林，但是 Will 他在里面突然没有了动静，可能为了最后的冲刺，他正在调节自己身体的状态。
Hold on, I think I've seen something. Oh, got him. Look at the size of this fucking thing. I got adrenaline pumping through my body. I just feel like I've been at war. There's no joy in taking that. That's the natural order. When you're in a place like this, you fall straight into the natural order. You know, there's not a hamburger growing on a tree. It comes slithering through the ground at you with sharp teeth. How about that for a headband? Eat your heart out, Ed Stafford. I'm putting a snake on a bamboo. And I have a roasted snake. Let's not forget one magic potato. Perfect. Stick it in them coals. Oh, this is going to be a glorious night. Challenging Ed Stafford in a karst landscape, and I'm eating some kind of viperous pit snake. It's tougher than fish. It's more flavoursome than chicken. This is undoubtedly the best thing I've had to eat since I got to China. Wow, wow. Whoa. That's like creamy mashed potato. That is incredible. Back in you go, mate. Come back here, you. Life is good. And I ain't suffering right now.
I can see there's a flicker of orange in front of me. And I think it's Will. far enough away from him now to be able to speak. I can overtake him. That is undeniably the best thing that has happened. I am now in the lead. The end is in sight. Unless I've miscalculated massively in terms of timings, I should be able to break through from this bamboo relatively quickly, and if I'm not finished today, I'd be very surprised.
Oh yeah, baby. Whenever I've put the pigment of the land on my face, you get something, you get some kind of grip and connection. I've just got a brand new level of strength just by putting that on. Let's get this done, shall we? Come on.
荷叶进展很快，现在处于领先的位置。
在我开始踩点的时候，其实我跟当地的向导都聊过很多。
在这种环境下，最困难的是什么？他们每个人都告诉我是辨别方向，因为这里的竹林长得是遮天蔽日，他们没有指南针，没有地图，很容易迷失方向。
I'm wasting too much time. I need to be constantly heading south, and these obstacles are just getting in my way.
Can't find a trail at the moment. This will slow me down a bit.
I know that I'm heading roughly in the right direction, but it's just too slow. If I can somehow get above the bamboo, I can see the fastest route out, I can head in that direction and then circumnavigate the bamboo. But at the moment, I can't cut the bamboo because I don't have a cutting tool. If I look around me, there's other rocks all around in the bamboo. So maybe I can make myself a crude serrated edge so that I can actually saw some of the bamboo down so that I can build a structure so that I can get up and get a proper view of what is the fastest way out. The ground is actually littered with these fragments of rock. All I need to do is smash them up so that they're at a manageable size, take little flakes out of it to make it serrated, and I've got myself a saw. That's it. One of the things that Will taught me to do was flaking. What I need to do is use another edge and serrate little notches into this. If I can make myself a usable saw using skills that Will has taught me, then that will be good. You see already, rather than being a flat edge, it's undulating, and it doesn't have to be pretty at all. That is already turning into a rudimentary saw. Okay. That works. Sometimes you need to consolidate in order to accelerate.
目前看来，埃德他已经停下来了很长一段时间，已经有几个小时了。我不太确定他现在在干什么，可能正在制作一些东西的。
My plan is actually very simple. It's literally to lash the 3 tripod legs together at the top, and then hopefully I'll have enough strength to literally walk it up into position, splay the legs out, and then put some rungs on it and get up and above the canopy. It's quite interesting. I've had to really rethink my tactics on this race because I came in somewhat arrogantly thinking, do you know what, I understand bushcraft on the fly, and yet already I've found myself in a situation where I've had to use Will Lord's teachings to make myself a saw out of stones. If I hadn't actually taken that time, I wouldn't have been able to cut any of this bamboo, and I wouldn't be able to solve this problem. It's up. Right. All I need to do now is to lash on crossbars like a ladder, climb to the top, and I've got my view. This platform is a little risky, but if I can get up there and see the route, it'll be a massive advantage. This is the moment of truth. Oh, yes! That is extraordinary. I've got a view over the entire bamboo canopy, a monkey's eye view. In front of me is kilometres, maybe 3-4 kilometres of bamboo, but just to the west There's only about 150 meters and I can escape. I love it when a plan comes together. This has worked. This has properly worked. Right, don't go up if you can't get down.
德爷彻底改变了他原先设定的方向，并且他选择了最短的路径，走出了这片竹林。他现在正在往草原的方向前进。
I can see the sinkhole in front of me. The climb is most definitely cheeky. I've got to somehow also get to the bottom.
Yes, the pasture.
目前我现在正在快速的往前赶，因为我从 GPS 上面看到他们两个人其实离那个天坑已经非常的近了，所以我必须要尽快的赶到现场。
又是盘山小路，又是一半泥一半碎石的路况。
别担心，只要轻轻按下这个键，前驱、四驱的动力就可以自由的随时切换。
I can just see the lip of the crater still through the trees. I reckon 200-meter climb, and I'm there. I'm at the lip. My legs feel like lead weights. My lungs are burning. I just hope I haven't pushed too hard too soon.
But it's not a good sign. I can see footprints in front of me. He's in front of me. Ed! Stafford! I'm coming for you!
这里就是天坑的底部，从底部到上面的落差要将近380米，是全世界第5大天坑。如果说他们要从上面下来的话，他们必须要找到一条很好的路。如果找不到的话，那下来就会是一个严重的问题，难度会非常大。
This is the lip of the crater. Ha! Wow, look at that. Race or no race, I cannot not stop and appreciate. That is awesome.
现在从跟踪器上看，德爷已经离我们非常近了，差不多大概是在这个方向。他从上面下来的话，其实风险也很大，也会有很多的阻碍。然后如果说他一旦走错路，或者说一个不小心出现什么问题的话，那可能就整个结果就不一样了。我很有可能就赶上来。
There's a vertical drop straight down. This is treacherous, but I need to find a way in. There is absolutely no way of just descending straight down there. That would be suicide. Okay, this is frustrating now. I'm losing time.
I found a route. I am that far from the finish line. Win or lose, I'm in there. I feel like I'm getting somewhere.
Here's the path. I completely missed it before. This must be the path.
Stop myself. Actually, sliding to the bottom. Yes!
Okay, we've got an area of sort of forest at the bottom. Aha! Teddy!
Good to see you, man.
Oh, how are you?
Yeah, all good, man.
Teddy, tell me.
You are the first man out.
Yes!
Congratulations.
It's been an honour, and I don't use that word lightly, going up against Will. Might have beaten him in the race, but he's got a skill set that is so much more in depth than mine, and I'm humble enough to admit that. You know, I do not consider myself the finished article at all yet. There's always room for learning more skills, and I think I'm still on that path.
You good, man?
Hi, Teddy.
Well done, man. I'm afraid you're not the first man out. This is Sky.
Look at you.
Hello, mate.
Out of all the people that I've ever taught, I'm very, very, very proud to have met Ed in this life and had the privilege of teaching him something. It really has been an honour.
雪佛兰探界者 2.0T 加 9AT 澎湃动力，穿越天坑，决胜荒野。
Finally, guys, well done. Let me take you to hot path, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, ready to go.